Alright, hello and welcome to another Modern stream. Over the weekend, I went to my parents' house, and that's where I have my MTG collection, my paper collection, which I hadn't touched in a really long time, so that was awesome. And my brother had this, what's the name of the format? Canadian Highlander. Highlander deck, which is kind of a lands deck, so he plays Elvish Reclaimer, and I got to play with this card, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. Corn and Macabre with the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, Corn. I appreciate your continued support for the 8th month in a row. Anyway, as I was saying, I remember how good this card is. This is my favorite card printed since Tireless Tracker. Such a beautiful design. And I did try in the past playing it within an AmuLIT shell. You can go on my VODs on YouTube if you're interested on checking that out. It always felt like a slightly inferior version of AmuLIT. But still, we managed to 5-0 with it once. We got a couple of 4-1s here and there. So it's definitely like a competitive way. And every now and then I do enjoy a lot building AmuLIT decks a little bit differently because, cards like this particularly really enable a bunch of different play patterns, and they force me to think outside the box, outside of my comfort zone, and trying to find lines that are a little bit more different, just a little bit different to what we're used to in a regular AmuLIT list. So the way that we're building this list is with this card in mind, and Elvish Reclaimer combos really well with Flagstones of Trocaire. So what you do is if you find the Flagstones, you can Reclaimer, sack the Flagstones, you get one of the Temple Gardens, so you're not down the land, and you are effectively using this card to ramp. Another thing that this does is not only it is like a mini Tarmogoyf in the mid to late game, right? A 1 mana 3/4, so it's actually a really solid top deck later in the game as opposed to something like Stacy or Grazer. But also, Reclaimer kind of represents extra copies of Primeval Titan because we can go get Tulare West, and then on the flow in turn we get a bounce land, and then we bounce the Tulare West to hand, and we can transmit it for a Titan. So it represents, not only is it a threat in and of itself, but it also represents extra threats. It also feeds Uro, which is nice. This is my first time trying Uro in this shell, so that's pretty cool. And you can also go get our one-offs, Bojuka Bog, Field of the Dead, Ghost Squatter / Kavira Crossroads, and even Valakut once we have a Dryad going. So Reclaimer really opens up a lot of doors in this kind of list. Currently playing 34 lands. We could... I was considering going up to 35 to fit the 4th copy of Temple Garden. I also was considering cutting one of these castles for that 4th copy of Temple Garden, but it is fine. It's fine. The sideboard is kind of like a little bit all over the place. Gruul, of course, is one of the top decks in the format, if not the top deck in the format. So Celestial Purge is honestly like the main reason to be splashing white, and we are kind of splashing white for free in this list, so that's kind of cool. We get access to Celestial Purge, which is just a great sideboard card for us because it answers all of the cards that we really care about, being Blood Moon, Clothis, Ashiok, Liliana of the Veil, Death Shadow, etc., Bob. So Purge really, it's probably, I would consider that the single best sideboard card that AmuLIT has access to, honestly, in terms of how actually useful it is for the threats that matter to us. Then a couple of negates, back to negation. Raminap makes a comeback here. Of course, Raminap combos really nicely with Reclaimer. Tracker, of course, Force of Vigor, Obstinate Bailiff, a 2nd copy of Field of the Dead, and a 2nd copy of Engineered Explosives as a sweeper. So we're gonna be joining the queue here, and we're gonna see how Reclaimer AmuLIT treats us. Oh, I didn't update the Carbon Live. Oops. My bad. Sorry about that. I did update the other one. Alright, so Carbon Live should be good. Tantas tierras. Sí, Rulo, porque estamos. Reclaimer con Bea. O sea, Reclaimer solo es bueno cuando vos tenés Flagstones. Entonces necesitas muchas tierras para Flagstones. Pero Reclaimer. Acabo de explicar básicamente cómo es la interacción. Pero Reclaimer representa. Representa una amenaza, ¿no? Porque puede ir a buscar Tolaria West o Balakut o lo que sea. Sí. Yeah, you might think that 34 lands is a lot, but you're just gonna see how the list actually plays out. I also forgot to update the stream title. Whoops. Aw, come on. Let's find an opponent. Let's find an opponent. Hopefully we're gonna get paired a little bit quicker now. There we go. Alright. Getting paired against Ink Master. Snipping this hand off so quick. Double Reclaimer? Hell yeah. So, to see how this goes, Reclaimer seems so much intense. It's a cool thing to test. Oh yeah, I've played this in the past, SBS. I played this list in the past, and honestly to like, pretty good results. But if you go to my YouTube VODs and you just type like Reclaimer AmuLIT, some will show up. All right, so we're giving our first. My opponent says that they're a fan. Sweet. Okay, first, we're giving our first decision right here. And that is whether we want to... Mishra's Masterpiece with the tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, Mishra's Masterpiece. Thank you so much for the 4 months. I think I'm gonna go second Reclaimer and I'm gonna set up for an Azusa. Next turn I can Azusa, and if we find an AmuLIT, we are gonna be going off. And if we don't find an AmuLIT, we'll see what happens. Oddly enough, if these were Stacy, we would actually not be speeding up our Titan turn anyway. Oh yeah, 1-2 clearly superior than 1-1. Don't play an AmuLIT, damn it. If we find an AmuLIT, no. Well, it's still a turn for Titan, but well, my opponent had an AmuLIT and I didn't. Yeah, if they have a Titan, we're super dead here. If they have a bounce land and a Titan, we're super dead. In fact, no, I guess they do need the bounce land because they already used their Vesuva. I was gonna say Vesuva would be good, but they have it in play, so. I am fairly certain that we're probably just dead here. There's the bounce. And it seems like they have mana, which makes me sad. Of course, one of the costs of building the deck the way that we did is that we are going to have a slower goldfish overall, right? So because we're going to have a slower goldfish than in matchups like the mirror, for example, we're going to be in a disadvantage for sure. While we're going to be advantaged in a matchup like, for example, Jund or any other mid-range style matchup, because we're going to have some. We're gonna have extra threats, basically, right? Because these are actually gonna be a threat. In fact, I remember one time I got paired against Death Shadow, and all I did was I played Reclaimer on turn 1, which my opponent never answered, and I won the game just because I played the Reclaimer, and I just kept on hitting land drops every time. Do you think banned Stoneblade or Blue-White Sharkblade is better? I have played a grand total of 0 matches with Blue-White, so I don't know. All I can tell you is that banned is very good. I have had some great success with banned. In fact, you can watch, if you go to my YouTube channel, I uploaded the league that I played on Friday, which was actually a really, really great showing for the deck. If we had one more land, we would have been in fine shape. This is kind of brutal, though. Do we have enough, actually? We sack here, we get Flagstones. We pay 2 mana, we sack this, we get Tolaria, we get Valakut. We are 1 short of Pacting for Dryad. Damn it. We can get Flagstones here. We pay 2 mana. We sack Flagstones. We get a bounce land. We bounce another land. We have 2 land drops. We get to pack for Dryad, but then that's where we end. Shit. My opponent packed it for the Titan. Can I get them off mana? I don't think I can. Because I can get Simic plus Ghost Squatter. That doesn't get me there, and I'm 1 land short of triggering Valakut. Man, if we had 1 more land, if this were a land, is any land instead of, actually, if this were any land instead of a Titan, we might be in good shape, because we would be able to kill the Primeval Titan. Yeah, that is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about with this card really enabling a lot of new lines. If this were a land, we would be able to go get Valakut here. Then we're gonna pay 2 lands. We play another land. We get a bounce land. We would have 6 lands counting these 2, and then we would be able to that bounce land that we get, we would bounce itself, and then we would be able to play it, pact for a Dryad, and play 2 lands, because we would be playing 1, 2, plus the bounce land, plus the extra land drop from the Dryad, and we would be able to kill the Primeval Titan this turn. Then my opponent would need to pay for pact on their next turn, and then we would be able to start. We would be able to get a Vesuva on the following turn, and we would be able to copy our Valakut. So if this had been land, we actually would win the game right now. That's wild. That is absolutely crazy. If we had drawn a land, we would have actually won this game. Crazy. I'm not missing anything, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we would actually just win the game right here. I guess not right here, but on the following turn. How insane is that? How insane is that? That as far behind as we were, we would have still been able to find a line that would have gotten us there. That's amazing. That is amazing. Man, I love Elvish Reclaimer so much. This card is just so cool. That's probably what I want. Yep. Yeah, that's the setup that I like. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is a cool deck. This is a cool deck. Okay. I mean, we have an AmuLIT and we have a Dryad. So, actually Flagstones plus AmuLIT does ramp you as well. So we're going to be able to go turn 1 Flagstones, turn 2 float mana, play Flagstones, go fetch Temple Garden, and we're going to be able to play the Dryad off of double Flagstones here, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, there's a lot of intricacies to this list. There's a lot more than just meets the eye. Stacy. It's not a good draw. So we're gonna keep this. Flagstones triggers. Yes. Temple Garden. Tapped. Boom. Mana. Castle. Go. You had 57% to draw land a turn. Oh man, that's rough. That is rough. So if we draw a Reclaimer right here, that would be an insane draw. And if we draw a Titan, of course, we just win. If we draw Tolera West, we also are in really good shape. Second Dryad doesn't quite do it, huh? I definitely want to be developing my mana, however. Definitely want to be developing my mana. Because now Valakut is a game-winning draw. How was my weekend? Excellent. Magnificent weekend. Had a good time. Got inspired to play this list, so clearly it was a good weekend. What you got, opponent? What you got? just gonna have 6 here. Just have Titan mana. I mean, if we draw our Titan, we just win still. So there's that. I still think this was a keep. AmuLIT, turn to Dryad and stuff. I'll draw land this time. Damn it. Titan? Well. You called it. You called it, Cersis. It's all you. My blood is in your hands, my friend. Blood is in your hands. I mean, if they don't have a Dryad, they should definitely transmute for a Dryad here. They should have probably bounced the Sanctuary last turn. If they find a Dryad, I'm gonna pack it in. But if they don't have a Dryad, then we can still draw a Valakut and be in fine shape. Unless they have another Titan. We probably cannot beat a second Titan either. Yeah, we're in bad shape here. Definitely in bad shape here. Yep, that's lethal. GG's, opponent. What's your reasoning for all my lists playing 2 Tillery West instead of 3? I like to cast my spells. That is my reasoning. Tillery West doesn't help me cast a lot of my spells. As is, like, AmuLIT's... I mean, AmuLIT is almost a monocolor deck, but it's the same thing as lands, right? Like, lands in Legacy, it's basically a red-green deck. At least the older lists of lands. They are just like 2-color decks, but the mana base is not particularly good, right? Like you don't have that many sources of colored mana that matters, because you have cards like Bojuka Bog, you have like Field of the Dead, Ghost Quarter. All of those cards don't really help you cast your spells. Like, they pay for the colorless pips, but they don't pay for the colored thing. So just by definition, you know, like this mana bases are super greedy. So I am choosing to play 1 less Tillery West and play like a Breeding Pool or something that helps me cast my spells. Usually, the thing about AmuLIT is that you don't need that much business. Like, you just need to draw exactly 1 copy of Primeval Titan, right? Because once you draw the 1 copy, it just calls his friends. So you only need to draw 1 copy of it. This hand seems a little bit too slow. This hand seems a little bit too perfect. Yeah, definitely bottoming the Temple Garden, because I want the Temple Gardens to stay in my deck. Our best draw here is probably Flagstones. Also, one thing that we can do is we play AmuLIT, we play our Karoo, with the trigger on the stack, we float the mana, and we sack the other land. My opponent says it's like the 20th match against me, not once. I am on Titan. What are the chances? Well, don't call it too soon, opponent. Don't call it too soon. Um, so this is what we're gonna do. Trigger on the stack. We're gonna sack this. I guess we're gonna find the green source. Castle seems like the best one to get here. Gonna float a green and bounce Castle Garenbrig. Play a second Reclaimer, pass the turn. I have double blue already, so I'm not too concerned about getting Breeding Pool. There's not really that much of a point to doing that. So I'd rather just play another green source. Chat is cursing my games. Damn it, chat. That's the one they fetch for. I guess I should have thought in that I was going to discard this. This is a thought not. Oh, this is hilarious. Love to see it. Thank you for that follow there. Cool Cat 69. So we're gonna play Castle, float the mana. We're gonna pay 2, sack, go get Flagstones, sack another one, go get Ghost Quarter. Chalice for 0, it's fine. I mean, it kind of sucks a little bit, but it's fine. Ugh, Dismember sucks. I guess it doesn't suck, it's just annoying. Like, it slows me down. It's a great draw, by the way. Really, really good draw. Probably gonna sack this castle. Blast Zone would be brutal here, though. Yeah, maybe I should have gotten Ghost Quarter. Like, it's pretty bad value, but seems like the only way that I lose this game is to my opponent doing something nasty. I was gonna say, as long as they don't have Karn, we're fine, but they do have Karn, so we're probably dead now. If they hadn't had the Blast Zones, we wouldn't have been able to play this guy pretty effectively, but the fact that they had Dead Dismember and the Blast Zone and the Karn and the Thought Knot Seer is just too much. Turns the Tron into Thought Knot plus Dismember plus Blast Zone plus Karn plus Chalice. My opponent's hand was definitely above average. It's fair to say that it was above average. Fair to say that it was above average. Probably want to cap the cavern. Reclaimer seems fine. AmuLIT seems excellent. Susa can go. Explosives can go. Why sided Bailiff in this matchup? Because it's a way that you can actually pressure. How can I explain? So basically, this Brick Wall's a Thought-Knot Seer. It combos with like any other threat to block a Smasher as well. It pressures dudes, and I am actively wanting to side out Summoner's Pact because my opponent's plan relies a lot on the card Chalice of the Void on 0 in order to stop me. So I want to make Chalice as bad as possible. I don't want to side out all of my packs because I want to be able to use Tolera West to go transmute for them, right? And I want to be able to chain Titans if I want to. So I never cut more than 2, but I actively don't want this card in my deck, and I'd rather have threats that don't get answered by Chalice because like that is the way that my opponent has to combat me. Oh, actually, yeah, that's what it is. There we go. So yeah, that is why I'm bringing in Bailiff. Also, just like a random 4/4 brawls really well with my opponent's threats. Sure. I think I'm gonna go Temple Garden tapped on 1. Turn to Stronghold plus Valakut. But if I draw a Reclaimer of the Explore, I can Explore plus Reclaimer. Nothing. They just have the Natty Tron? Chalice for 1. Reclaimer fun times, indeed. Indeed. I think my opponent's trying to figure out whether they should chalice me on 0 or 1. I think I am not an Eldrazi Tron expert by any means, but I think you should probably be chalicing on 0 the vast majority of the time, unless you know what my hand and you know that chalice on 1 wrecks me. But in the blind, I think the chalice on 0 is probably always the correct one. No. I think the AmuLIT made top 8 yesterday. I did not. There was an AmuLIT list that top 8'd. Sick. So let's start here. Land, play AmuLIT, pass the turn. The Super Q 9-0. I don't think there was anybody 9-0 besides Tunneling Cat. Let's check it out. One Ancient Steerings, nice. Yeah, we'll discuss. We'll talk about the list. So opponent has the Natty Tron, but they need like a Thought-Knot Seer right here, right now. And if they don't have exactly Thought-Knot Seer, we're gonna win. Matter Reshaper resolves. Reshaper resolves. So we actually get to... We do have to get Bodos Garrison, but we get to Garrison plus Vestuva and Valakut to force the issue. So that's nice. Conceits. It was a 10 rounder. Yes. Double Master spoilers. I actually have not seen them. I know that they are. All I saw was the Tron lands. I know that they are reprinting Tron lands apparently. Playing base Spike today. He gusted my Dryad on draw step. I topped it and cast Bloodbraid. Nice. 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 New promo Karn art is hilarious. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It is a weird art, honestly. Like, it's consistent with the art for the Tron lands and stuff, but sure. I'm gonna keep this. We have the dream. Keep. Black border Tron lands is cool. If you think so. If you think so. Sounds great. Whatever makes you happy, my friend. Even old school Karn looked more badass. Yeah, Karn. What's the name of the OG Karn? 5-mana creature. I put a mule to 4. And they're probably gonna have turn 3 Tron, which means that my opponent is a good Tron player. Well, this is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that actually resolving the AmuLIT. Now that, because we drew exactly Dryad, this means that now on turn 2 we're gonna be able to Dryad plus Reclaimer. Yeah, this is a good Tron player right here. Instead of keeping a medium terrible Tron hand, they mulliganed to a good hand instead. So we bounce this, we play Dryad, and I guess that is correct for us to play the castle here. Do we have Lotus Field with Reclaimer Inclusion? No. Just Lotus Field is just not playable in AmuLIT. I like the new expedition map. Yeah, I mean, it's cool to have options, right? To have like options in terms of what I'm trying to say here, to have options in terms of art, because, you know, different people like different things. It's kind of what's cool about it. My opponent still needs stuff here. Careful with what you're gonna do, opponent. Careful with how you're gonna spend your turn. Careful with how you're gonna be spending your turn. Good. Good job, opponent. Good job, opponent. So they're gonna blow this up, so I'm going to sack this, get a Temple Garden plus. They're gonna destroy this. If I get a Semi-Growth Chamber, they blow up, I have to bounce something else. And then on the following turn, pay 2 mana. Oh yeah, we just bounced this. What am I even doing here? Yeah, so we sack this. Because this is no... I leave the other bounce land in play. That's just so much better. So we do this. We're going to fetch for a second bounce land and we're going to bounce this one. Easy. I guess we want the Celestial Sanctuary. Now we bounce this. And now we have guaranteed Titan mana next turn. They already activated coding, so we don't have to worry about our landscape getting destroyed. No boat, says the boat guy. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, boat guy. No boat today. This turn was sweet. Yep, it kind of was. It's just this card, man. This card is so cool. This card is so cool. It opens so many possibilities. Like, I still can't believe that if we had drawn a land on that against AmuLIT earlier in the previous match, we would have actually won that game because we had double Reclaimer in play. That is so insane. I mean, you can see that we're doing a lot of a worse job at ramping, right? But that's fine, because like you see how much play we have, right? Excuse me, right? So that's the point that I'm trying to make about this list specifically. It's my love for Night Relic that made me love. I mean, 100%, 100%. Anybody that knows me knows that I love Night of the Reliquary a little bit too much. Night is a dope card. It really is. It's really sad how unplayable it is. It is my second favorite card of all time. Someone brew a good Night of Reliquary deck. I mean, I tried. I tried. In fact, tomorrow I might give it another shot. With some Ren Knight memes. I haven't played that deck in a while. My opponent goes and gets Ensnare and Bridge, which is interesting. So we can go back for Rex Sage if we need to. We can also just back for Dryad and go find... what's his name? So we play this. Then we just back for Titan, right? Just develops our mana really nicely. Oh, we're definitely getting the Flagstones here. And I guess Flagstones plus Ghost Quarter. I guess I actually do want the blue source. Didn't get to watch much recently, but I will always be entertained. Thank you, Dr. Jack. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. What happened to Chalice and Trinisphere deck for Bruce Day? Chalice and Trinisphere deck? Oh yeah, I remember. We talked about that, right? Like playing like a Titan deck, like the Titan Stumpy deck in Legacy. Yeah, I remember me. I said that. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Okay, so I think we're just gonna get a Growth Chamber plus Ghost Squatter. Gonna bounce Ghost Squatter. We're gonna play Udo. And then we're gonna move to combat. I think that they have like a dismember or something. They don't. I'm still gonna attack Karn with both. Like there's no need for me to... Oh, they can have a second copy of Karn. That's what it is. That is what it is. Oh, they packed it in. Bounce on to get an active Elvish? No, because what I'm going to be doing is I am 100% going to be Ghost Quartering them, so... Heartless Summoning is surprisingly good. I mean, 4 mana Titans are pretty tempting. Can you ship me your list, Jose? Because I might give it a shot. I think I have all the cards that I need. Can you share your list here? And we'll see how it goes. We're going to be submitting it to a vote. Can link the tweet. All right. Wasn't the conceit a bit early, Bridgman and anything, but here Reclaimer's attacking. Well, Hannibal, we're gonna go find an answer to the Reclaimer, right? And my opponent, we're gonna find an answer to the bridge very easily because we can go fetch and stuff. We can tutor for anything with Reclaimer, so I think my opponent just was aware of that fact, and they wanted to save themselves some life. I mean, this wasn't a great draw, but it's still fine. Now we're gonna get to turn 2 Azusa, turn 2 Azusa plus Breeding Pool plus Semi-Growth Chamber, and then we just take it from there. Is this Reclaimer Day? Yeah, exactly, Stabs. We are reclaiming. We are reclaiming. Alright. Lava Dart and Mutagenic Growth. I think it's correct for me to play around removal here. So I'm going to shock there to not give my opponent priority, so I can guarantee that I get all my land drops from the Azusa. Easy, chat. Easy. Easy. Next level, please. Next level, please. Next level, please. Alright, go opponent. Alright, so that's your spicy list. So they're gonna get to do a lot of damage here. So as long as they don't play a Stormwing, whatever, we're fine. Should I play around Vapor Snag / double Lightning Bolt? They used one Lightning Bolt already, so I think that I am, if anything, I'm playing around Vapor Snag here. Do I want to play around Vapor Snag? I think I don't. It's just too much value to attack here. It develops my mana a little bit too much. Easy. So Crossroads and Tulare West, I guess. Playing around Vapor Snag in 2020. Yo, okay, take it easy. Just trying to play tight, okay, Heil? Am I overdoing it? Maybe. Classic end-step fetch for no reason. Love to see it. Love to see it. Also, it was probably strictly correct for them to go fetch a Steam Vents instead of a basic mountain. Don't understand that. Gonna block here 100%. If I could block 200%, I would also block 200% here. Yep, this Titan's saving me a lot of life. And it's pretty likely that I would be dead if I hadn't blocked with the Titan, right? So I think it's definitely worth it to block there. I still have Lava Dart in the yard, but they're down to a single card now. So yep. Alright, so now they have a Swiss Spear and a Lava Dart. That's it. If I packed for Dryad. Oh, this is lethal. If I pack for Dryad, it is actually lethal. So let's do that. Yep. Oh, classic me. Classic me. Stumbling into lethal. Classic me casually stumbling into lethal. Sup? Stronghold, 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 stronghold. Why no Valakut? Because I wanted to, like, if I played Valakut, then I couldn't do this. Right? Because I paid for my pack, so I needed to play this in order to play my Dryad. And This lethal was sponsored by this stronghold. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we would have lost this game, but like it would have been worse. But yeah, this card represented 4 damage, right? That was great. No, not Force, but definitely Baloth. I think does this deck play Blood Moon? I'm actually not sure whether this deck plays Blood Moon or not. Yo, Magus, thank you for that raid. Oh, we get here with the copy pasta? Damn. Just like that. Welcome everybody from Magus' stream. We're playing some Reclaimer AmuLIT here today. Just because we can. Trying to figure out if I should play around Blood Moon or if I should sideboard with Blood Moon in mind. I think I'm not gonna. Is that from the Pascal tweet from a while ago? That's a great copy pasta, actually. That's a great copy pasta. It's a solid value copy pasta for sure. Yeah, I saw that the guy you were playing earlier, Megas. It's kind of hilarious. New Wormcoil art does not look like Wormcoil at all. Turn 1 Brooding Pool, 10 through Flagstones. Whew. It's getting hot in here. It's getting hella hot in here. It's probably gonna be dead very soon, but it's fine. What am I gonna do? Not play my Reclaimer on 1? What nonsense is this? Mardu Snoop, I don't know how, but the deck might be solid. Nice. Is it crazy for me to block here? It is totally crazy for me to block here, right? It's just too much value for a God Shot or a Level Art. I'm not gonna. Okay. So we effectively gained a life. That's cool. Don't have the light up the stage, please. Damn it. Nice. Nice Gust. Kind of want to play an ETB tapped land, but which one? Bog? I guess there's actually no need for me to play the Valkyrie just yet, so. You got a mono white tokens copy pasta. Mono white tokens. I still remember Pirate Stompy. Pirate Stompy was a great meme. Was that a good draw, chat? I can't tell whether that was a good draw or not. I have this problem sometimes. Another Gusto? That's fine. Top, thank you. I mean, if they're holding up Gust against me, that's just great news for me. Because that means that they're not using their mana to kill me. So I am really happy if all they're doing is holding up Gust mana. Alright, let's try this again. Well, I guess I can actually copy my Valakut here. Yeah, I'll block. Because if they use mana to kill my Dryad, that means that I get to resolve my Titan, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Yep. Sweet. So that means the Titan resolves now. My opponent overboarded, which is a typical problem when with this decks against AmuLIT. My opponent overboarded a lot. I don't know what they sided out for the Aberrates and the other Gusts, but if they had had probably literally any other card at all whatsoever, they would have been in much better shape right now. Hard Caslight at this stage. Sounds good, opponent. Resolves. Mutagenic growth. Oh my. How can I ever beat all of this so strong? Stormwig. The first time I read this card, I read Stormwig, and I'm like, does the bird have a wig or something? And then I read that it was wing, which makes a lot of sense considering it's a bird, right? Glad that I figured that out. 0 cards left in hand, 3 mismatching mountains. Those mismatch mountains, though, yeah. I don't think we have any other untapped blue source, do we? Vestige. Okay. Guess that's the line. It's basically free to attack with the Sunbows because they're probably going to use the Mutagen Growth, but Vestige, where are you? There. Can the Geocard language change? No. No, it can't. They let my Titan resolve? They let my Titan survive me? Okay. We're not playing around Blood Moon here. Not playing around Moon. I am, however, playing around that Mutagenic Growth. Yeah, my opponent got punished by having mismatching basics, obviously. What did we lose to? We lost to the Mirror. I mean, the Mirror. My opponent was playing the non-Elvish Reclaimer version, and we were playing the Elvish Reclaimer version. So, kind of the mirror. Ursa's mine. Ursa's mine or Ursa's yours? Alright, let's draw Flagstones off the top here. Ballista for 1. 1-2 for the win. Big poggers. Huge poggers. Natty Tron, of course, of course. Why wouldn't they Natty Tron, right? Why wouldn't they? They let Reclaimer survive, okay. Never mind. What should I get now? I don't feel like getting Ghost Quarter is gonna get me anywhere, so I'm just gonna get Valakut. Force my opponent to minus. So I think my opponent's gonna minus here, and then we're gonna get to Titan next turn. Unless they Karn me. So their line needs to be Karn for coding minus on Dryad. If they do exactly that, they're gonna win. If they do anything besides that, we are probably gonna win ourselves. Is this Eldrazi Tron? Yes. Seems like paper modern events aren't for a while, so that lesson might have to wait a while. Sundering Titan? Can't they just Titan me here? Alright, I mean, that'll do it. That one. This out. These out. This one out. One of these out. This one out. Sundering Titan Dryad, yeah. That is big value, yeah, with capital B. Keep. So we're gonna do these turn 1. Turn 2, we're gonna go AmuLIT into a Reclaimer. AmuLIT. And if they don't chalice me for 0, this is an Azusa, so that means I get to Titan next turn. My opponent should have mulliganed. I don't care what the rest of their hands look like they should have mulliganed. They have 2 Tron lands. E-Tron just doing E-Tron things for real, right? Imagine keeping a Tron hand that is not busted. Put him mull to 6. I guess this is a fine hand against E-Tron. Ooh, hello. Fits my curve so nicely. Better have turn 3 Tron opponent. Okay, that's fine. Chalice on 1 just seems wrong. It does seem wrong to me as well, but I don't know. Maybe there are some situations where Chalice on 1 is okay. But after I have an AmuLIT in play, I would have to imagine that you're just better off just chalicing on 0. This is white. Yeah, and for those of you that were asking why I'm bringing Baloth in this matchup, it's just like, what's my opponent supposed to do here? Tech Edge is a good one. Tech Edge is definitely a good one there. What is this, Big Carno? They're just gonna minus for coding when I know that I have a Rex Sage. I'm not opposed to this. Is there anything that we want to save? I guess we want to save the Stronghold? Sure. So this attacks them, this attacks Karn. T-West and... Go Squatter. Yeah, the only way my opponent has even a remote shot at winning this game is if they assemble Tron exactly right now. So I'm just gonna go Squatter one of these two. Nothing else really matters. So these coatings really seem to be good against us. You sure you want to block there? Okay, so now that they did that, what I'm going to do is I was going to go Squatter them right here, but now the Titan has 4 damage on it, and if I go Squatter them right here, they might have Dismember. So I'm just going to pass the turn, and I'm going to do this on draw step. This means that they potentially get to Tech Edge me for free, but like, whatever. Like, what are they going to Tech Edge? And they would be like taking themselves off mana. Like, it just doesn't matter. We're just good here. Just Eldrazi Tron doing Eldrazi Tron things. They can't find the last piece with the map because of the chalice, exactly. Yeah, And it's very easy to think, like, for my opponent to think that I got lucky. My opponent could have won that game if they had played properly, but they played a Chalice on 1, and then I just packed it for... I just packed it for the Titan that killed them. Like, if they had actually Chalice on 0, they would have probably... I don't know if they would have won, but, like, we would have had a little bit of a closer game. Like, they would have gained 1 turn, and that turn might have been the difference between winning and losing. I still had the Rexage. Yes, Gamer got PRX, thank you for the follow. I still had the Rexage, that's true, but then I would have needed to spend that entire turn using the Rexage to blow up the Chalice, which means that my opponent is going to get to untap with the card and they're going to get to coding me with the with Tech Edge as well. So they would have been able to enact their LD plan and potentially get me off of Titan mana, but because of how they sequence and how they played it out, like, they just left themselves dead, basically. They might. Like, we might have still been in fine shape there. We might have still been in fine shape, but if they had played it differently, they would have had a lot of a better access to a lot of a better line. Yeah, keep this 100%. Would love to draw lands here, but even if we don't, we're still okay. Chalice was a misplay? Yep, 100%. That's what we were talking about. Solid. So now my opponent needs to path my Dryad. We also get to develop our mana because Dryad is a silly, silly magic card. We get to transmit for Cavern. Transmit to Reclaimer for Cavern. So we use 2 mana. So we play this. Float, bounce. Play this again. Float, bounce. Play this. Tap this. Sacrifice this. Go get a Temple Garland. Tapped. Find Cavernous Souls. Name Giant. AmuLIT trigger. Sup. Hey Scott, how's it going? My opponent has seen enough. My opponent has seen enough. Was that beautiful or what? Just finish the deck that made me buy a playset of Flagstones. Yeah, it's really awkward, Lethoniel. I actually don't own a playset of Flagstones. But this version of the deck is just too much fun. So should I assume that they are on Stoneblade? I think I should. I think I should assume that they are on Blade. Cut one Azusa. We definitely want the castle. We can cut... oh, actually cannot cut Ghost Quarter. We have to cut a castle and... Crossroads. Foil Reclaimers from Legacy Elves. I'm good there. Yeah. It's pretty solid. I think I'm actually going to side out the Pact of Negation. I do like the negates because they allow me to counter Ashiok, which is probably going to be important. 4 cradles, not 4 diamonds. That's probably a good deal though, because like cradles are ridiculously expensive right now. Keep. Combo. Should we explore? I think I'm gonna pass. Hold up, negate. Pass the turn. Basically, whoever misses the land drop is gonna be forced into doing something. Drawing 2 for basics. Pretty bad, by the way. That's funny. I'm gonna counter this. It's cool. Wow, they are gonna counter this? Alright. Seems pretty good for us. I guess they do get to resolve Ashiok, but we just get 2 explosives for 3. Okay, that one is actually a problem. Yeah. That one I'm not so happy about. Why did they not bounce a land there? I don't know. It's basically bait. Logic not. Guy's gonna be really hard to beat unless I manage to draw one of my caverns like right now. Like this turn. We don't really have a lot of time. Batterskull. So that has to mean that they have the sword in hand, right? Because there's no way that skull is better than a sword. We get to play explosives here. We get to blow up Stoneforge, so they don't have threats. And then by doing this, we do get to snap opt. That's fine. So if they do have a sword, we actually get to negate it. Not in good shape here, though. Certainly not in good shape. I think they just don't know their match. No, they did have the sword, which is very understandable. They're gonna have to go to discard here, however. I mean, it's just this Teferi is just so tough to beat for us. Kenpochi83 with the tier 1 sub. Keep the Titan train going. Thank you so much for the 11 months, Kenpochi. Welcome back to the Prime to the Stronghold. Sapashio, how's it going? Oh, this guy is totally gonna ult on me, right? They discarded Batter Skull. That's interesting. Reprinted Tron so easy, new foils. Nice. I don't think we can beat this guy. I just have no idea how we're supposed to win this game if this guy ults. So they're just gonna Wrath. It's the only reason why they would attack with Snappy there. Cavern off the top one time. Actually, I just don't think I want this. Let's go again. Sketchy hand. I think I keep it because these represents. I think it's a keep. This is a potential Cavern of Souls. It's a nice top deck. It means I get to explore without having to bounce a land. Hello there. This hand is developing in interesting ways. What's this? Oh, Cycle Shark Typhoon? It's probably good for us. It means that they're a little bit on desperation mode. If they untap and they slam Ashiok, we kind of lose. How about Miss Land Drop instead? Huh. Wow. Well, like... So if I play Breeding Pool, I can Titan here, but I would be running into Mana Leak. So I think I'm just going to play this and pass the turn. This means that next turn, if I want to, I can transmute again. If they keep on going to discard, that's probably good for me. Four to pay for Pact. 1, 2. We just chill here. Alright, Ashiok. See you later. They put a card on top, so they finally found a land there. Something good. Okay. Guess I'll take that. Let's bounce here. Thank you for the follow there. Lao and Fan. Three. Playing around Mana Leak. 1, 2. I could Pact for Tracker, I think. So I think that's what my play is gonna be next turn. So they're probably gonna have to path here. Next turn we're gonna have a Basilian mana. I'm gonna gust my Dryad. Honestly, the best thing that can happen is my opponent has Ashiok. Top. I guess that it wouldn't be that good, actually. Slam the Ashiok. Gonna go find Tracker. And our best draw would be either a Dryad or an Asusa. Dryad or Asusa would be the best draws. Okay, so nothing of relevance was exiled. Flagstones. So I think we're gonna actually play this because it enables me to like float the mana, crack the clue, and make a decision about what I want to do here. Like if I found a Dryad or an Asusa, that would be great. Find an AmuLIT instead. Ugh. It's not very good. Please no path, 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 please no path. Why did I choose Striker over Titan there? There's an Ashiok in play. Titan doesn't do very much when there's an Ashiok in play. That's pretty good for us, the mill the sword. They left the card on top, so they probably have an answer to. Good old Tracker. Say that about Colossal Dreadmaw. Great card. Clue. Not a good one. Snap to chump. Okay. I did overextend into a Wrath, but the problem is that if I don't overextend into a Wrath, then my opponent just finds one path to exile and they answer my board anyway, so... Unfortunately, I think that I am just forced into this situation, which really sucks. We did get to draw a couple of cards, though, so at least that's good. Please no Wrath. Don't do it. Damn it. Something good. Gonna get fielded here probably, yeah. Okay. So let's play land first. Let's see if Bog resolves. Raminab would be a great draw here. We need to put more threats to pressure this Ashiok. They used one verdict, so they probably have one more at most. Not... I don't feel like we're in great shape, though. We still need to top deck. No! Explodes on 3? Did I say Raminap was gonna be a good top deck? I meant Raminap is gonna be a good top deck. That's what I meant. Is Magus of the Mode modern legal? Yes, yes it is. Just not very good. Jesus the Handsome, thank you for the follow. Yes, is here, my friends. Hallelujah. Like 2,000 years ago. Oh man. Boom. Why am I even saying that? I can actually. There we go. Alright, and now after that we drew this Raminap, I would like to draw $1 million. Let's see if that works. I would like $1 million. Although I would also be okay with somebody gifting some subs. Shameless self-promotion. The best kind. The best kind. Opponent really pondering over their options over there. Looks off sometimes and comes back 3 days after offline. Fair. I mean, being offline, it's basically like being dead. So I understand the confusion. Alright, up you, what you got? Technically, they brainstormed over their options. It's all about the technicalities. Tap and draw. Okay. Well, this Rex Sage not looking too hot right now. Another Samba. They're kind of struggling over there in the mana department a little bit. Stoneforge. They actually exiled both of their equipment, so I think, yeah, they actually can't find anything. That's hilarious. So these are just like 2/1s for 2. 1/2 is for 2. 2/1s would be a lot better on this board. Oh my god, it worked? Did it just work? Wow, Mishra's Masterpiece gifting those subs. To Matthias, Ashiok Nightmare Weaver, Mr. Rave, Hendrik MTG, and IX Theories. It worked! It's a miracle. It is a miracle. Thank you so much, Mishra's Masterpiece. Thank you for your support. And welcome all of you to the Primetime Stronghold, where we don't let our memes be dreams. So we actually have to send everything towards one of these, and I think I'm going to send everything to Jace. We could also send everything to Jace. Like 2 of them to Jace and 1 to Ashiok. Although I guess they could have a Gust for this. And Ivan gifted tier 1 subs to Termi385. Thank you so much, Ivan. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Termi. We should stop coming for the next draw phase. I can't have them on quarantine. Okay. Find the cure of COVID in my next draw step. That's what's gonna happen. Oh man. So these are going at Jace. This is the easy part. Now, should I send this to Jace as well? Because they can actually gust the Ramina. I think I'm actually gonna send it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna send all of them to Jace. And I'm topping the Ramina, I think. I mean, they're chum blocking my zombies. I don't mind this. Also, at this point, with my opponent having no artifacts, I think that the Rex Sage can just come down as a 2-1 body. They know about this, so I guess we're going to play this. Ooh, actually, I want to bounce the Bog. It actually worked. How has Reclaimer been? Salty Steve, I recommend you check out the VODs whenever they are up tomorrow, because it's been fun. It's been fun. We have really, we were able to pull off some really cool stunts. Some pretty interesting sequences that were enabled by Reclaimer. It has been a lot of fun. It has really been a lot of fun. They have a second Ashiok. Oh, they just backed it in. Sweet. 4-1, not bad at all. Not bad at all. The only loss was to the Mirror, again, in matchups that just kind of by definition we are making worse because this card is worse at ramping. But we did see Reclaimer doing a lot of really cool stuff in some of the matches. Being able to make encounterable Titans at no tutoring for Cavern and stuff. Doctor gifting Magus. Oh, the 4 sub. Magus can never not be subbed to this channel. He's been trying for months to not be subbed to the channel, and he just keeps on being a sub. Sorry, Magus, for being gifted yet another sub to the channel. Thank you, Dr. Jack, for the gifted sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold, Magus. Alright, Magus at Titan Azard, yeah, that's true. Alright, cool. What do we like? This was fun. This was a lot of fun. It did some pretty cool things. And yeah, just like the fact that it's just a breath of fresh air for, you know, after playing a lot of AmuLIT. It really does a lot. I enjoy playing with this version of the deck a lot. Yeah, there are some potential changes that we can do. As I was talking about earlier, I kind of would like to have access to the 4th copy of Temple Garden. Not that we need it, but it's more of I would like to have it. Also, the 2nd copy of Field being in the main deck could be pretty solid in certain matchups. 2nd copy of Cavern could also be cool, but that's maybe more of a cyber card at this point in this version of the deck at least. I mean, the Reclaimer package is you know, it's substantiable, right? Like we have like a lot of cards that we're kind of forced to play if we want to be playing Reclaimer, because like if you're not playing Flagstones, then it's not worth it to play the card Reclaimer, right? Like this is what makes the card tick. and probably playing for them any less than four copies is just not correct. But yeah, like having access to a more mid-rangey build of the deck, it's something similar to what we played the other day when we played Jose's Blood Red Elf Brew, except this one, I don't know, like this just strikes me as slightly better. Also, this deck has, even though we have more dead draws in terms of like actual lands that don't do anything, if you find castable spells, like there's only 5 out of the castable spells that are not business. I guess that Azusa is not really that much business, but so I guess we can do this. But like any one of these spells top decked on turn 6, 7, etc. is just a pretty solid top deck, especially if you have a Stronghold in play when the Reclaimer comes down, so you can actually haste it and activate it on the turn it comes down. So you know, Beanax is like making your 1-drops actually good top decks on turns like 7+. It's kind of a big deal out of a deck like AmuLIT. So this is a cool version of the deck. It is recommended. As you can see, you can do a reasonable amount of winning with it. It's probably worse than the actual version, right? Like the actual normal AmuLIT version. But it is definitely pretty cool. It is definitely pretty cool, and if you are, you know, like me, somebody that plays way too much AmuLIT, Beanax, like this card makes me think, right? And I like thinking. Like a bunch of the lines that we were able to find today, I never experienced those before. Like when my opponent when they Liquidate Coding on my bounce land, my Eldrazi Tron opponent, like I had never have that happen to me before. And that's why, you know, I was forced into slowing down, taking a second, like trying to think what the best way around it was, and then we found the line that actually ended up winning me the game. But that's the point that I'm trying to make. Like you can actually excuse me, you can actually, with a little bit of thinking, you can find yourself with new lines that might be coming up. So it is a great experiment to be doing, you know, and it's just fun. It's just fun. It really, like, having access to another tutor makes us worse against Ashiok, even though we can beat Ashiok just like we just did. But it might make things a little bit tougher when an Ashiok is actually in play. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.